What is up, guys? This is Mark with DBS Decks, and I'm bringing you another deck profile. Cell. So, this cell is going to be a little bit different compared to the cell and Android decks that we are previously used to. And by that I mean the old cell decks were a little bit more aggressive, right? So, we were able to get off by turn 3 and start popping androids and getting their hand down to pretty much nothing. This is not that kind of deck. This is a very control based deck. It is not aggressive at all. I do not see this leader being aggressive. I do not even know how this leader could be aggressive. So, that being said, let's go through and let's kind of talk about it. So, the activate main once per turn says look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one of the cards and put it into your hand, then discard one card from your hand. Now, the one thing that I want to know about this is, since it does not specify a battle or an extra card or any type of card in specific, do you have to actually reveal? I don't think you do, and if you don't, that's kind of awesome, because then it really leaves the mystery up for your opponent and it lets you strategize without them really knowing what you're looking for. Also, the thing I like about it is that it allows for the synergy of the deck to really play well together, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go into the battle cards a little bit more here. Again, he's an Awakened Surge Leader for green-yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow, ready to, draw 2, and then on the back, his activate main, it's only activate main, not activate main battle or anything like that. It's once per turn when you're at 4 or less life, you can remove one of the cards under this card and make it so that until your next main phase, any battle card your opponent plays comes in rest mode. The effects are still there, but it allows you to basically say they can't attack or do anything with stuff that they freshly play, which is huge if you're on like a kill turn or something like that. Then it makes them either kind of have to wait or, get around that. And then the other thing is it allows you to choose one card for your opponent's battle cards and KO it, and then your opponent pitches a card. So it's a very basic effect, kind of similar to the old cell effect, but I do enjoy the first effect where it says your opponent plays everything in rest. So now that we've gone through the leader, let's actually talk about the synergy of the deck. And the synergy is huge. So when we talked about the synergy and being able to place things in the drop area, that's one of the big pieces to this deck. So two of our cards allow us to do that, and we play 4 of each of them. The 1-drop negate, Android 17, Impending Crisis, and then the 2-drop super combo, Dr. Gero, Progenitor of Terror. Dr. Gero says choose 1 green or yellow battle card of 4 cost or less and put it in your drop area. This one says choose 1 Android card of 4 or less and put it in your drop area. So, or 1 card with Android in its name. Sorry. So you can choose like your 17s or your 18s, but you can't choose cell. This one lets you choose the cell. So those we'll put up there for reference, and then we're going to talk about the things that you play in your drop area. So because of the synergy and the amount of search we have and the ability to just place things that drop at random, we have very nice ratios here. And the ratios, we can kind of play how we want. And usually when you're playing a deck, you don't want to play a lot of 2-ofs, but I can comfortably get away with that with this deck. So we have Cell, Android Absorber, Activate Main, a green, and then if your leader card is a Cell and the only card in play is an Android 17, then you can play this card from your drop area, and then your opponent pitches a card from their hand, but you can't play another copy of them for the duration of the turn. And then auto, when this card is removed from the play by a skill, choose 1 Android 18 in your drop area and play it with its skills negated. So that works very well with these two. Android 18 Perfection's Prey says if you have 5 or less cards in hand, this is a 0-10k, and then activate main. If your leader card is a cell, you can play this card from your battle area, or from your drop area to your battle area, but you can't play her for the duration of the turn. I'm probably going to upgrade her to 4 at some point. I don't know, though. I'm still kind of working with that. And then also you have the Deadly Defender, Android 18, which we all know what she does. She's just that barrier that's hard to get over. And then Quick Sweep, Android 17. If there's no cards in your hand, you can play this card for your drop area. Or no cards in your battle area, you can play this card from your drop area for 1 green. And then if you have a cell in play, increase them by 2. So that makes the 6 for the 6 drop that you need between the cell and the Android 17. But again, the ratios, I like the ratios being able to play 2-ofs, but we can always increase them if we need to. But 3 is an important number in this deck because of our 6/9 combo here. So Cell, Devourer of the Masses, successor for green and yellow. Auto, when you play this card with the successor, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with barrier and KO it. And then if this card is KO'd by an opponent's skill, you can draw 3 cards. Then we have probably my favorite card, one of my favorite cards from the entire set. A, because I love the art, and B, I love the effect. The successor for green, yellow, and 4. When you play this card, if your leader card is an android and you play this card with successor, you look at your opponent's hand, choose 3 battle cards from it, and then put them in the drop area. Now, and he's also got triple strike, and he's a 30k. So the reason why I like this card's effect so much is because it gives you future knowledge. It lets you see what's in your opponent's hand, and it also gets rid of things like Topo, Broly, Crown of Retribution, other scary things that you don't want to have to deal with. But the fact that it gives you future knowledge, that is huge. So that's a 3 of. This is a 4 of. Pretty simple. That's the only successor in our deck, too. I don't have the secret rare or anything because, A, I haven't pulled it, and I don't really know if it fits yet. It probably does because of the amount of 3s and 6 and 9 that we have, so we could probably get away with it. And then we have our utility cards: Vegeta the Cruel, Android 15 Vicious Vendetta, and Android 18 Power Couple. I don't know if I'm keeping Android 18 Power Couple in here quite yet. I have to test it just a little bit more, but so far. Vegeta the Cruel, obvious because multicolor, and then Android 15 Vicious Vendetta. I love this card because it plays on your opponent's turn when you combo with it, and then also if you play it, it plays when you combo with it, and then also if it's your opponent's turn, you can choose 1 or 2 life from your life and add it to your hand, and then it readies a green energy, so he's basically free, 0 10k, which is awesome, but it does come at the expense of 1 or 2 life. But that does help you reach your end game for the flip on the Cell, so that's kind of good too. And then we did have the blue, right? I did say we were going to play tricolor with this deck. Android 17, Protector Wildlife. I chose him as the energy fixer and not the anti-Laza just because of the main reason. The activate mains for all these plus the arrival, they all cost 1 green, right? So 1 green, 1 green, 1 green, 1 green. And with it being 1 green, we're not really concerned with yellow other than our successor cards, which are also only 1 yellow. So as long as we have that 1 yellow, we're good, right? Because we're not going to be successoring probably more than once a turn just because of the sheer size of the successor, and also we don't want to overextend because that's bad. So I felt it better to play this just because of the green, and then also for the blue of like hidden potential. If we have the 1 yellow, we can play the Frost Deadly Poison, and then the obvious Zensu Bean, and then again for more yellow, we have Flying Nimbus just to kind of keep our opponents at bay. So that's more or less the deck profile. I like I said, I've still got some more testing to do with it. I like it. I like where it's at right now. There's a lot of potential that we can have with this deck. Hidden potential puns, right? No, but seriously, the deck does have a lot of potential and can do a lot of really cool things. But the thing I really enjoy is the synergy that you get with the drop area and the things in the drop area. And how it kind of just like cycles back and forth and kind of just makes an endless loop for your opponent to have to deal with, especially with things like the Cell Android Absorber into the Deadly Defender 18 when you're playing the 6-drop and all sorts of stuff. So it gets really old for your opponent really fast. But I'd like to hear your guys' feedback. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Also, again, I did have that question for the judge. If you are a judge and I mean an actual judge, not like just the random person who took your judge test, like if you're Sean McVicker or Casey Campbell or one of those guys and you watch this video, please let me know about whether or not you have to reveal the card that you pick off the top 5. I'm pretty sure you don't, since it doesn't specify though. But anyway, that is my deck list. Thank you so much, guys, and hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.